So today we are going to do the review on the Atoto P8 on-dash navigator. Hi-Fi Vega, who is one of the guys that I have mentioned several times in my videos, just did a review on this. And so my wife has a 2016 Chevy Equinox, and trying to integrate into that is next to impossible. So when he did this review, I said, hey, I think this is exactly what she needs. So let's dive in. We'll do the unboxing, see what it comes with, and then we'll move up to the car and see how it integrates. So first thing, you have quick start guide, which we'll look at that once we get in the car. Warranty support, that's pretty good for a fairly unknown brand. And then we have, looks like the instruction booklet. Yep, it's the instruction booklet. Okay, so we'll start with the packaging first. Looks like we have the steering wheel remote controller. It's pretty hefty, feels like decent quality. Some mounting strip. I'm not 100% sure what this is. We'll figure that one out. We got some clips. I can only assume this is probably going to be to hold the wire coming off. There's your base for mounting it. This is some zip ties. And oh, it comes with an aux cord. Cool. I was looking for one. I didn't know if it came with it. Sweet. Loose is the base. I'm assuming this probably clips into the back of the unit. And here we have the cord. So it looks like that's going to plug into your power port, and that's going to plug into the back of the unit, and then your auxiliary is going to go from here into the car. Wow, we got all kinds of stuff in here. Okay, so next we have the unit itself. It's a 7-inch. I believe this is a 7-inch. There's the back. Yep, so that is going to correspond to this. We'll get that put together. I'm going to leave this on until we're ready to put it in the car because I don't want to scratch that. And this looks like the actual mount. Yeah, so this is going to stick to the car, and then this is going to stick to this. And it looks like we have several different adjustments here. Oh yeah, it goes out. Let's see what this one does. Oh, that's a suction. Oh, so it lifts up. So you can put it like this, or you can leave it like that, sucked in. So again, we'll figure that out once we get in the car. So one of the most important things about mounting any kind of a mount essentially to your surface is it has to be clean. So we've used quite a bit of Armor All and whatnot on this car over the years, and I want to make darn sure that when I put this initial sticky mount on here that it sticks. So what I use is isopropyl alcohol, and once that dries it should be good to go. So now, first thing we got to do is I got to attach the initial mount to the dashboard. I already had my wife come out here and tell me basically where she wanted it. So I'm just going to put this dude right here. And that is secure. Now, second is going to be the secondary mount, which the cool thing about this is it suctions just like that. So right now it's loose. Once you put that down, then it's there. So, and I can put this pretty much wherever I want, but I'm going to angle it towards her while she's driving there. Now, that is solid. And the cool thing about this is I didn't even realize this, but it'll come all the way down. So it could essentially take that place of her original screen. So After that, we'll go ahead and plug in the power cord. And I was hoping that I'd be able to tuck this cord back in through here, but this opening is really small and this cord is really quite large. Well, maybe I can make it fit. We'll see. All right, power port's in. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of extra wire. I'll have to figure that out, but no problem. Okay, so now one thing that I discovered while I was looking at this, which is really pretty cool, you can add cameras to this, backup camera or dash mount camera. And unfortunately, this doesn't come with it, but you can order it. Now, this is kind of a pain to get off, isn't it? You can order it through Atoto. So there you go. There's your screen. It's going to sit like that. I don't know what she's going to do with those. But you got the mount. You see the clips are directional. And if you look at the back of this, so you got the arrow that's telling you to go that way. So you put that in and it should lock in. There we go. Click and lock. So now, all right, and now you have two adjustments. You have this first adjustment, which you can go any way you want to go that way. So just like that, I can loosen this and I can move this wherever I want. And it has little indents or clicks, whatever you want to put them or call them. So we'll put it right there. Got it mounted on. Now what I did, I just didn't record it, but I was able to pull this piece of trim off and run the cord just right down the side. So you can't even see it when you're looking at it. And then I will just put a zip tie on this so it'll all be there. But that's where you plug in. So you have two ports. You have your MP3 and you have a charging, and then you have the auxiliary out. So the auxiliary out in this car will go from right there, and I'll just run the cord right into there, which is where her auxiliary port is. So I'll do that, come right back. So I'll go through a couple of the menus here. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll go in and we'll change the time. And it is 11:14, and it is currently 3:21. So this, I mean, the touch capacity is really good on this, actually. And we're gonna go 12. Oh, maybe it won't go 12. Oh, I see. Okay, so you can go 24, and then it'll show you whatever, but we're not going to do that. So there you go. Time is set, and we'll go back. So you've got your languages, display settings. You can change your wallpaper to, looks like you got, well, you got several options. I don't know if you can use your phone to do your wallpaper. We'll go back. So you have your display, driver's seat. It's asking if your driver's seat's on the right or the left. That's pretty cool. So we'll put it back over to right. Reset camera, which we don't have a camera on this, so it doesn't really matter. Audio. Now the audio, that's where you can change to that. Oh, sorry about that. So you can either change your auxiliary output, or you have that. And I think that's audio will come from the unit. I'm assuming you don't want to do that. We'll turn off mute and reverse. And then I'm not sure what about is. Oh, that's just, oh, you have updates right there. All right, so you can update this. So I'll update it and see if I can get YouTube music on here, and I'll let you know. So get out of this. Now you have Android Auto, gallery, which I'm assuming that will probably pull up the gallery from the phone. Your phone, DVR, Bluetooth, and your music. If you tap that twice, and it brings you back to here where you can go over the air, or you can go auxiliary, which is where we're at now. A, which is auto brightness. If you turn that off, you can do whatever you want. I'll just leave it turned on. And then your music and your phone, and tap that one more time, and it brings you back to this. and then you can either do CarPlay or Android Auto, and that's pretty much where you're at. All right, so it's scanning right now. Now let's see. Let's go menu, Bluetooth, paired. Bingo, welcome to Android Auto. So that didn't take long, maybe just a couple of seconds. So cool, that's already there. For voice, tap mic or press button. We'll go home. All right, so we have everything that we can have for Google or Android. Okay, so I ran into the same problem that Hi-Fi did when he originally did his. If you don't have that clicked, if it's on that, for whatever reason, you're not going to get any sound if you're using the auxiliary cord, which I am. So plug in the auxiliary cord, and then the limitation to this, which kind of sucks, is you do not have access to YouTube Music. So I'm assuming that it's just going to play whatever's through your phone. Like I can go into, let's see, I'll open up Android Auto again. So here's your Android Auto menus, and it's pretty responsive, the screen. I'm happy with how easy everything moves. But like I said, the only thing that sucks is you don't have YouTube Music. You can run it through your phone, which is what she's probably going to do anyways, but that's kind of sucks. But you do have the maps, which was the main reason why we did this, so she could have Android Auto in her car. So I'll show you what I'm talking about by running YouTube. So okay, so what you're hearing right now is through her phone. I've just got YouTube playing. That's on a podcast. I just put it on that screen, but so I just paused it, and you can, once you've got it connected, you can control the volume and everything through your regular deal. But so we'll close this out by saying that I think it's a good deal. I think it's fairly limited, but if you don't want to spend the $1,000-$2,000 in order to upgrade to Android Auto, I think this is a fairly good deal. I actually got this on sale when I ordered it. It was a 50% off coupon, so this unit only cost me like $90. So for $90, she has the ability to control everything through her stereo like she was before, but now she has maps up here rather than having to look down on her phone. So we've had the Atoto and the Equinox for almost 3 weeks now, and there's a long list of stuff that I think could be better. So we'll just start with, it won't connect with the phone if it doesn't connect when the unit's initially started. So if you start the car and the Atoto doesn't connect to your phone, when you get in the car, it won't connect. You'll have to unplug it and then let it restart, and then it'll connect with your phone. With like with my standard Android in my car, if I leave the car with the car running and I get back in, if it disconnects, it'll automatically reconnect. And I've tried tweaking the settings, it doesn't work. It won't work. So the auxiliary cord is really easy to disconnect too. It's just a 3.5 millimeter plug. It would be nicer if it was just a telephone style jack, but we've actually pulled that out a couple of times and sat there and wondered, like, where's our audio? Location is steering wheel controls. So when you're turning the wheel, the little dial on the steering wheel control, I didn't show that in the video, but it rotates. And if you have it where you move your hand with the steering wheel, it will turn your volume up and down. So that's kind of a pain in the butt. The Bluetooth for the Atoto absolutely is atrocious. When it connects, the mic is horrible. You can barely hear anything. The other people can barely hear anything. So what we've been having to do is, when we make a phone call, we have to go into the Bluetooth and switch from the Atoto back to the Equinox. Fast charge does work with the power block, so that's a plus. Mounting surface needs to be flat. So the big pad that I put initially on the dashboard, it is coming detached from the back because that surface is not completely flat. It's got a little bit of a concave to it. So make sure that your surface is completely flat. Also, another thing with the Android Auto, there was a couple of spots where we would go through and the signal would drop. And again, as soon as the signal dropped, it wouldn't automatically reconnect to the phone. So you had to unplug the unit, plug it back in, and let it restart. There are two separate settings with it. There's the unit settings and the Android Auto settings. They're kind of hard to get back and forth. You have to play with it a little bit. And the one thing that, for me, as a guy who's really serious into car audio and sound, there is a lot of sound loss from the Atoto. Like I noticed when we put it in, there's a ton of bass loss. So if you can deal with those issues, I mean, I would say that it's a decent unit. Would I recommend it personally? I gotta say no.